mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
I woke up, then I logged in to that Urban X where they be flexing with that blog in. Put it down, cause my little homie called in. Had to bail him out, he in trouble with the law again. Black skin can't win in the white world. Seen a brother kill his own kid for that white girl. We ain't wanna go to school, but we had to. Every February it was scary in them classrooms. Shimmy y'all, shimmy yay. Old dirty bastards can't own dirty slaves, so they own dirty masters. Black Dot found a pot as a youngin', broke it down for his son, and now he serve it to the masses.
Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Black mask, man, it's time to rob. I had to find a way, I couldn't find a job. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God. Couldn't find a prayer, couldn't find a God.
Urban excellence, a product of my residence. From 4 to 44, Obama was the president. I told mama I ain't trying to go to church. I'm like Adam, every Adam is a product of the dirt. And I've been reaping what he sowed. I got the product, got the dirt. And I can teach you what I know, but then you gotta put in work. You in trouble if you waiting on the government. I told my bro I make it out the hood, and that's a covenant.
Peace. What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Urban X podcast. Thank you guys for joining us here. What is good, everybody?
Everything is everything, young man. I want to first come out and say, today is my grandson's birthday. Go Titan.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Uno. He's Uno.
Yeah. Fastest year that ever happened. Fastest year ever transpired, man. This is
Uno.
crazy.
He I'm just figuring this thing out. Now, Mal, we've been getting a lot of complaints, man. We need to get right to it.
We have, and we will.
Let's get right to it.
Let's just do a quick roll call. Hey,
okay,
everybody,
quick roll call.
Peace. Quick roll call. Where you watching from? We here. Okay. Number one father.
You are
podcast,
tuned into the sound.
Okay, right back.
Urban X.
Okay, let's
get it going.
Get to the shit. Let's get to the shit.
Let's get to the shit.
All right, what you want to start with?
Malcolm, you are always orchestrating these events.
Okay.
I'm going to get me some yak and wild out. So let's go.
Oh God. Oh snap! Thank you for the super chat,
Famously black. Blacker,
Listen.
thank you. Hey, I peep you doing a little directing thing.
Directorial. I see it.
I see you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
I'm about to submit my tape. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I seen that.
I already know. I'm gonna be like, where's the camera? Don't look at the camera, Black Dot. Oh. Right. Uh-huh.
All right, so let's get to some stuff. So big news coming out of New York City radio. Ebro was fired from the Ebro in the Morning show, and I'm not sure if he still had the position of the director of I guess what's that position called he held when
program director.
Program director, yes, the program.
No,
director.
he's fired. Okay,
he's gone. Rosenberg, Laurel Styles, that whole cast. And that was big news because as far as like New York City radio goes, it's Hot 97, Power 105, Breakfast Club, right? So they've been going at it, even though on the outside looking in, it seems like Power was busting Hot's ass for the last decade.
Yes.
Especially on YouTube, it's not even close. Like,
yes,
the viral moments, the cultural impact. Like, I really don't feel like Hot 97 had a cultural impact in like 15 years. Like, they didn't move anything, in my opinion, the entire time they were on the radio.
Mm-hmm.
However, something interesting that was happening the last like year or two on the radio ratings, Hot was beating Power.
Now that's interesting.
Not on YouTube, but on radio, Hot was beating Power.
Well, You know,
I
flex
thought that was
slot
interesting.
is
Yeah.
solidified.
Yes, but so when I think it was DJ Enough who got fired, right?
Yep.
Ebro was talking out loud about the power moves that Flex was doing behind the scenes, about the brown nosing, about the things that like Flex is kind of known to do in that in radio. So I thought that was interesting, and I thought that was ballsy as well, right? Because it's just kind of like you're putting your company's dirty laundry kind of on Front Street. So when it was announced that they were fired, I wasn't surprised. I was also
We lost you. We lost you, Mal.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me?
Can hear you now.
All right, my bad. I don't know what that was about. Yeah. So what I was saying was a lot of people felt the same way I did as far as Hot 97 not having a real cultural impact in a long time. So they're not missed as what I was saying. What did you think?
Well, I thought they started taking a political stance, a strong stance against certain right-wing, constituents and all of that. They started, they went after Drake, which was probably a big thing too. I didn't feel that they really cared for the culture of New York. Because when Ebro showed up is when all of that other music started playing. No disrespect to other regions, but New York music is New York music. And I thought it's important that we keep a stronghold there. Now, he was quick to say 50 Cent is the one who destroyed New York hip hop. And part of me agree. When he went to war with everybody.
Yeah.
Right? And so what's been going on in Hot 97 seems to be from Flex on down. Right? And so now Flex is doing the morning show. He's doing the afternoon. He's doing the evening. And they might pivot away from hip hop and culture, because I tell people these stations are not there because they like hip hop. They're there for advertisement. They're there to control thought. They're there to steer consciousness, right? And so we lose it when certain artists are not played, but that's not what it's about. It's about the major labels, and radio still has a little bit of power, believe it or not,
So,
even though they've lost some.
Radio is like cash in a digital society.
Yes,
You get
yes.
what I'm saying?
Great analogy.
When you have a lot of liquid cash on you, as a business, you could do a lot, right? I don't care like what the algorithms kind of say. So if you have a lot of radio play, you have a lot of cachet in the radio world, you still are powerful, okay? So, and a lot of people, I see some people in the comments saying, well, radio is dead. You got to think about the people who don't have Apple Music, who don't have Spotify, who don't have these things. They just get up, go to work, on their commute, they pop on the radio, they come back home. Like that's like literally their routine. And there are a lot of people who are still in that, in that state of mind.
Including me. I'm in that state of mind because I like to hear what the young people are listening to. You know what I mean? And the only way I could do that is to turn on the radio, because you get, the latest stuff popping.
And what I would say is, right, and speaking to that point right there, what the kids listening to, Ebro specifically shit on a lot of the young artists that were coming up.
Yes.
Who against his predictions made it big. You know what I'm saying? Like these kids, like the little Uzis, Yachty's, like you could feel how you feel about them as far as if they're hip hop or not, if this is real hip hop, if they're rappers, mumble rappers. They created large fan bases. So you as Ebro, you struck out plenty of times saying these people, they're not gonna last long. We 2025. The mumble rap era, that was 2016 when that happened.
Yeah.
we're
Yeah.
about to go into 2026. So that's a full decade of you being wrong and strong, right? Making enemies along the way. And I promise you, I did not know. I could feel that Ebro wasn't from New York, but I didn't know he really was not from New York. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. And then you
So-
got Laura Stiles and Rosenberg.
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
so that's no disrespect,
Yeah.
but let's go. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I remember when the beef between like the Breakfast Club and Hot 97 was like fresh, right? Like when this was like the Mr. C stuff was happening, when it was like fresh, right? And Ebro, he goes on a whole monologue and he goes, yo, he basically calls Charlamagne the Uncle Tom, then goes, I work for a good family Jewish company.
Yes.
I was
He
just
said
like,
that.
What?
Yeah.
And he called him a uncle. What?
So now Ebro and them are going to try to come to YouTube as we
Yep.
talk about this media shift.
Oh,
and we're going
man.
to start seeing a lot of moving pieces because
man, yeah.
Miss Jones had just made her debut back on radio on the block, 94.7. And she brought Ed Lover and a few other people over. And now she's not on that station. And so I would not be surprised if she made it back to Hot 97. They're going to make a splash on who they bring in for the morning show, right?
Okay.
And so let's keep an eye on that. But they made it seem very about their politics, more so than them not being in touch with the culture, right? And when you get on young people, you have to get on young people a certain kind of way. And I don't think Rosenberg up there making them cry, some of them and challenging them was the right method to get it done, especially not being from New York. He became a gatekeeper. He was working for Apple Music or was the point man for Apple Music on that station. So once that power is stripped, what's next?
And yo, when it comes to anytime I go like out of the city and stuff like that, I go, if you go to Philly, if you go to Atlanta, and you hear how much of their music they play,
Yes.
and it just makes you sit back like, yo, like you don't get that in New York. Like you to hear New York artists, to hear like New York rap or New York hip hop and stuff like that, you really have to go searching when that should not be the case. And then the argument is, well, New York is a media hub, like it all has to come through here.
Yeah.
But we're sacrificing homegrown artists. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
We're sacrificing like our position here, like in the culture, because when's the last time New York has really been relevant, right? It's been Atlanta.
Yeah.
It's been recently Cali. Like it's, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that's all because of radio. So you could say radio is not important, but when you think about eras in hip hop and how long a region has had an era is largely due to the fact that radio was playing these artists and radio wasn't playing, other artists. So interesting stuff, man. Interesting stuff, man.
So let's get right into Charlamagne now.
Yeah, shit. Let me pull that article up, man. So it was announced today. So all right, so as a result of the Hot 97 stuff, for like 3 or 4 days, I saw all of the conversation switching to the Breakfast Club now. Because Charlamagne said something about, yeah, man, it's getting hard out here for New York radio. Who knows if we're going to be here? And then people knew they could do math. They said, yo, you signed a 5-year deal in 2020. That deal should be up now. Is he coming back? Is he not coming back? The thing with Just Hilarious and the Breakfast Club and adding a 4th host, and he don't want to be 4th. And it was a lot of chatter. And then people were saying, like, yo, I think he's going to leave. And I was kind of interested to see, because it kind of piqued my interest. I was interested to see what he was going to do next.
Right.
And then it came out today that back in August that he has signed a $200 million deal with iHeart. 5 years, $200 million deal. God damn.
Clap that up.
Yeah.
Black man. 200
Lord.
million. And remember, he has his own network of podcasts,
Yes,
like the Black Effect, and he leveraged this correctly. I thought he could get more, but I don't know, the value of all of that
Bro,
stuff.
I was shocked. I'll say that. I was shocked because I didn't think the podcasts on the Black Effect podcast, I'm not saying this to be disparaging in any way. I don't really hear about them.
No, you didn't let me finish.
My bad.
You didn't let me finish.
My fault, y'all.
A lot of them podcasts, I mean, let's call it what it is. You never hear about them. You don't even know they exist. They have a few that are probably anchoring, the shit, but the rest of them, But when you add the fact that they are owned or they had to deal with iHeart Radio, and iHeart Radio itself is pivoting to Netflix, he caught a lick, right?
Oh, yeah.
So now they're moving, iHeart to Netflix. Here it is. He has a network along with his face. And I want to explain this too. And I don't want this to be taken the wrong way because I'm not hating. You go get your money. What I've been noticing is the value of money is not what it used to be based on who they're willing to pay, and they don't do shit. Okay. Right? Okay. If you a rapper or a basketball player, they just throwing money at you, but they're not into the value of a podcast, the content, the structure, the meat and potatoes of a podcast. But he does move the meter. And as long as you keeping the line moving in the direction in which they pretty much wanted to move, there are rewards for that. And I think Charlamagne, who came out kind of disgusting, he came
a long way from sniffing seats, man.
Yeah, he come a long way from sniffing seats. That's and giving his co-host a picture of his ass. He's come a long way. He went into the mental health thing to kind of justify some of his behavior. And then he got the podcast network going, and he's leveraged it into $200 million. And I'm not even going to get into what Choke No Joke swore he saw on his phone. We won't get into all of that kind of stuff. I'm going to keep it clean tonight. So, with that being said, what his value is, because you're paid for your influence.
Yeah.
We preach it here all the time.
Yep.
Can you, because you could be a billionaire and nobody know you, and you're not even a threat because you're not moving people's thoughts. You're not moving people's energy, but you could be worth 10 million, but you got 15 million subscribers and followers, and they have to keep their eye on you based on your opinion and your ability to sway people's thoughts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so
what I also found interesting is this has been happening the last 10 years, and you could when a splash like this is made and then you just kind of play back the last decade or so, you just kind of go, okay, I saw where this is going. As you mentioned, the mental health route he started to take, people started to notice it because it was getting obvious. But then the political route as well, right? Yes. And now politics is that's how people make their brands now.
Right.
By your politics. Something that was historically you were told to not talk about out loud.
It was taboo.
You keep your politics to yourself. That is taboo. You keep your politics, your sexuality, religion, that to yourself. Like, you just mind your business.
Right.
Politics is on Front Street now. Sexuality, all that stuff on Front Street now. And Charlamagne, he used that to his advantage. He started to align himself with a few pundits because he himself, if you ask him 2 or 3 more questions,
he's done.
Politically, he doesn't know. Amanda Seales actually touched on this, and again, I am not the biggest Amanda Seales fan, right? But she even said, like, yo, if you ask him like 2 or 3 deeper questions, he can't follow up because all his talking points are given to him by his friends, Angela Rye and whoever is there next to him and stuff like that. But what I will say about this whole thing is that him not even hinting at this since August, boss move. Boss move. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the... Can you hear me now?
I can hear you now, bro. What the hell's going on with your mic tonight?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Now we lost him. You know? All right, well, we in the building. And then when he comes back in, we'll align. Thank you, people, for the super chat. Hey, Malcom. Nice of you to join us.
All right.
All right.
I'm good.
All right.
Okay, where was I at?
You were talking about something.
Okay, I was going into the podcast civil war that's been, or the Cold War that's been between Charlamagne and Joe Budden, right?
Okay.
This past summer, Joe Budden, he got an article in the New York Times about him making $20 million from his podcast. Remember, that was like a big thing.
Yes.
Right? Everybody was talking about that, like, yo, goddamn, $20 million. So now with this news, it's like, yo, I don't even like, that's 20 million to my 200. And you can say what you want. You can say 20 million independently, right? By yourself, no help, all this stuff. Right? Even though he's working with Patreon, and Patreon is, not his platform. And you know what I'm saying? But you could say that. Or 200 million. Like, if your value, if what you value is money, one is obviously a larger number than the other. So I'm curious to see what Joe says tomorrow about it on his show. Hopefully he does cover it, because I'm absolutely fascinated about how this is going to play out going forward.
Yeah, and to wrap all of that in a bow, congrats to Charlamagne Tha God. He did what he came to do, and knowing your value inside of that, if you inside that bubble, then you have the power to leverage who you are and what you do. And that's a nice come up for a dude from South Carolina who Wendy put on, and he came out, like you said, sniffing seats and giving people pictures of his booty and saying real outlandish stuff. And let me make this clear. I'm not saying he doesn't have mental illness. Because I don't want the mental illness community to get at me, but it was just convenient that he was able to wash that behavior away under the guise of having a mental illness.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
You're all right.
Yep.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
So, in sticking with the changes that are happening in media right now, I think last week we spoke about a lot of these podcasts leaving YouTube and going to Netflix and signing like exclusive deals, right? So there's a few like white podcasts who are doing the same thing, and a lot of people are worried. But I also just kind of think it makes a great time to be a YouTuber. You know what I mean? Like a small YouTuber. Right? Like, because all of the big names are getting out the way, and you're able to just kind of come in, carve your own niche. If you do it right, you can have like your own space here on YouTube while everybody is trying to, hit the, the media gold rush and go to Netflix or something like that. It's going to be an interesting experiment. I'll say that.
Well, the whole thing of media shifting the way it is, and these conglomerates grabbing up as much content as they have, is because, remember, information is always going to be key, right?
Yeah.
And as we move forward, he who controls the biggest machine to dictate thought, to dictate energy, is going to win. Next year is the primaries, yes?
Yeah.
And so we're going to see, because they got to get Trump out of there. They got to get Trump out of there. And so we're going to see a media blitz like we've never seen before, right? And it's all going to be geared one way. While that is happening, Malcolm, on another wing, Israel, or is it real, paid 1,000 pastors, this is a fact, flew them out to Israel for special training and re-education on the importance of Israel, and they want that. They're gonna take them out to dinner, wine and dine them, then send them back to their communities so that they can start being pro-Israel on a whole nother level. And so while that all of these things are gonna be happening at the same time, because there are more and more people who are like, yo, I'm not with all that. Why are we spending money here? Why are we doing that? And Malcolm, this is the truth. People are petrified of Israel, bro. I mean, in high places.
Yeah.
And so whatever, they're the only ones with secret nukes. And, you know, the technology they use is beyond your wildest dreams. And their espionage and ability to spy, people are petrified. And you're going to see Israel plant their foot in the sand with media. We got to get Trump out of there. There's so many moving pieces and parts. And some people are just going, I'm just going to cash out, man. I'm just going to cash out. Here's, take a few dollars and mind my business. And then they're going to people who go like, yo, I'm not having it. You know what I mean? So 2026 is going to be key for a lot of that. And we're going to have to pay very close attention.
Yeah, 2026, you're going to see if what I've been hearing about, you know, as far as the business moves is going to be really key. Remember, we talked about the Netflix Warner Brother deal, how that was just probably something to get CNN and to get control of CNN so you can, you know, again, for the midterm elections and what's going to happen with there. Again, radio, podcasters, if you're down with Netflix, they probably have their own set of rules. They probably have stuff in there.
You better believe it.
Have to interview certain people so we can kind of push a narrative. Like, you're going to see a lot more play out because this year and last year, unlike any other time I've seen in my life, 32, where the mask had completely fallen off for a lot of these people. Like, it was very logical. Like, okay, so y'all are doing this. This is wrong, right? And y'all telling me I can't say this because it's like it became very cut and dry, very rudimentary on who was running things. And for the first time in, again, recent memory, where people weren't afraid to just come out and talk about how they feel, who, you know, and who was kind of running stuff. So it was,
and to point fingers and go, you are the problem.
Yeah. It was like very like, time out, wait.
Yep. And outside of small circles where we've been talking about that for years, to see the masses, and see, this is what's alarming, Malcolm. Because once the masses start operating like that, then you have a change of thought. Remember, groupthink is important, right? Because groupthink steers the narrative, especially on social media. So we sign you to Netflix, there'll be a guideline of things that you can and cannot say. You know, and so you're still gonna have chains on you, and the money we pay you is easy breezy for your silence or for your guidance. Silence and guidance. Who can you guide? How many people can you help us move this way? And when it's time to do this, you do this.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
And so they're not worried about the little guy because the little guy's not moving the needle.
Right.
One of the reasons you can come up here pretty much and say whatever you want, as long as YouTube don't get wind of it, you know.
Yeah, facts.
And so, you know.
Listen, when I remember, like, what year was that? 2021, 2022, when we started talking about the jibbity jab and that, and they suspended us. I was just like, yo.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
So, free speech is free, just not on my platform.
Right.
That's all. You could say whatever you want to say. You just can't say it here.
Right.
right? And so that's where that comes in. Now these pastors, back to these pastors, you don't know who they are. They secretly flew them out to Israel to re-educate them and, let them hit the wall and, do this and then go back to their communities and make sure, because that 501c3 and all that stuff and all that money is all regulated, You don't get that money unless you follow these protocols. And so it's going to be interesting.
The 1,000, those are probably heads of, I don't know like what kind of organizational structure churches have, but they are probably like heads of boards, or something like that. You know what I'm saying?
The biggest reverends in the black community, all out there. I bet you.
Yeah, I mean, and I'm back in corporate America now, so I see how stuff comes down. Like if something is issued a new policy, the way it comes down is, again, you don't have to have the entire company first learn about this whole thing. You need, a few directors, then a few supervisors, a few managers, and then it all trickles down to.
Then it's a trickle down effect. Yeah. Absolutely.
Interesting stuff. So again, staying with media, sticking with it, this ongoing war between Billboard and Netflix. I mean, Billboard and YouTube. Yes. So somebody, it was crazy, right? So somebody on Twitter back in like July, noticed something because they said, because the YouTube official Twitter account or X account tweeted out an owl, and we know that's Drake's thing. That's Drake's like totem thing. And then on their banner had Drake, right? So now, if you've kind of just been paying attention past the Kendrick and Drake stuff, he's been going at it with Billboard as well, right? Yes. As far as how they're counting streams and how they're counting albums, how they're counting records, because like Billboard can kind of make anybody who they want be a record breaker if they completely want to. They could just say, absolutely, this person. So YouTube is now breaking off of Billboard and creating their own standard of what is deemed an album sale, what is deemed a stream, and stuff like that. So Billboard doesn't hold that monopoly anymore. So now, again, where does that leave us as far as music? Where does that leave us as far as album sales? As far as record labels? It's all like it's a mess. It's a beautiful mess, but it's a mess right now.
You hit it right on the nose. When we speak about change, Malcolm, as I always say, people want to see change, but they don't want to change. These changes are violent in nature, and I don't mean physically violent. They disrupt what you think you know and what you're used to. People are too comfortable. People don't want to, they get in their little routine and they good. Then change comes. You can say what you want to say about Trump. His mother is rattling the cage, right? And I keep telling people he's an equal opportunity offender. It could be black people, white people. It really don't matter. And I'm not heavy into politics, but I can observe and I can see. And I'm reading the headlines of what's coming down the pipe. Same thing in the music. Everything is shifting in the music industry, right? And even Billboard is making a new rule change. Billboard rule change. Streaming will now have more weight on Billboard 200 and Hot 100. One album unit will now equal 25,000 ad-supported or 1,000 paid subscriptions on demand. The previous model was 3,750 or 1,250. And so this begins January 17th. And so because of what YouTube just did, and Leo Cohen and them is saying, we no longer are going to allow you to use our data to justify your count pitch. Billboard now has to redirect stuff, recalculate, and now you as the artist are the one who can benefit from it. But
Yeah.
it's all change. And it's all changing. Whether you like it or not.
Yeah, yeah, and what you're gonna start seeing is artists, just like how when you watch a rap beef, you kind of the first question you ask is who are they signed to, right? Because that could mean something, right? Just like NBA Finals, like who are the top guys signed to? Oh, he's with Under Armour, he's with Nike.
Yes.
This is more than just basketball here. This is about sneakers on kids' feet in Idaho somewhere. Like this is bigger than like what we're just kind of watching here. So what we're kind of like, I said this last year, right? Last May, and people called me all kind of names, but I'm saying like we have to just kind of watch the fallout from what's happening after, because them getting behind Drake when everybody else wasn't, that's not by accident. That's them kind of planting their flag going, okay, this is going to be our totem here. He's going to be the one we kind of usher along this new way of counting music, this new way of seeing how many albums you've sold, right? And Billboard probably has their artists or probably have their allegiances with whoever the hell, and then you're going to start seeing new artists breaking all kind of Drake records because Drake is like over here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't be surprised if you see that. Just don't be surprised, because I've seen Billboard go, yo, this person broke, you know, Mariah Carey's record. I'm like, who the hell is that? But it's somebody who they've been trying to push, but because Billboard says it's so, it's so.
Yes. And when you have that kind of power, you create reality, right?
Exactly.
Because what you said, we believe, because you have become some form of authority. They just said Chris Brown is outselling Michael Jackson now, all time, according to Billboard. Okay? Yes.
Really?
He's sold more records in his lifetime than Michael Jackson. Now, let's paint this picture. When Mike was selling records, you went out and you bought records, right? We used to take pride in buying our collection. With this streaming situation, it's too much gray area on who's selling what, who's streaming what. They told you will own nothing and you will love it. This is a part of the process. You don't own no movies no more. You don't own no music no more. You don't own nothing. All you do is rent shit. You know, and so just to be clear, that doesn't mean he's a greater artist than Mike. Let's not even get into that. But with this new streaming system, a lot of things are possible.
There has to be more caveats to that, because Thriller still sells goddamn 20 million albums a year. Like that,
I'm only reporting the news, homie. I'm only reporting the news. Now I'm talking about.
Weird. Yeah, that's interesting.
So, go ahead.
Somebody said protect CB. Listen, Avery went to the concert in Philly here this year. She said it was incredible. And Chris Brown has a lot of music. He has hits on hits on hits.
He does.
So I will never hate on that.
But Michael Jackson's been selling records since he was 7.
You know what I'm saying? Like that don't make sense to me, man. Like I have to crunch some numbers myself, man, because like 1 + 1 ain't equaling 2 there.
But in that world of streaming, when nothing is tangible, everything is relevant. You understand?
Yeah,
nothing is tangible, right? Yeah. And so it gave the industry an opportunity to not pay its artists. They said Spotify is the absolute worst at paying their artists. You could be streaming it, and they'll go, that's 1 penny. What?
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And so Jay-Z and Jay Prince and all of them, they made their bones or their money in the era where you had to buy albums.
Yeah.
Right? So they could, they got a big piece of the pie. Once this thing went to streaming, it's a shell game. This shit is a shell game. You know?
Yeah.
Yes.
Interesting. Did you listen to the Nas DJ Premier album?
Yes.
Oh, what happened?
No, why you say that?
Because your reaction, I've been seeing a lot of other people's reactions online about it. And go ahead. Yeah,
No, youngster, you go first, youngster. You go first.
What I would say is, I think that
we lost you. We keep losing you, homie. And okay, so I'm assuming he'll tap back in, but this is my thing with Nas's situation, and I kind of want to get Malcom back in here, to see his expressions and what people really think about this. I'm all Nas'd out. I'm gonna say it again. I'm all Nas'd out right now. And let me preface that by saying Nas is one of my top 5, maybe even top 3 hip hop artists of all time. I love everything he stands for. I love how he conducts himself. But he is everywhere and anywhere all at once at the present moment. And I believe that the last 3 years I've been oversaturated with Nas. And let me explain what I mean. I got 6 albums from Nas in 2 years. Nas was the vanguard of the 50-year anniversary. Very happy about that, right? Then the 6 albums from Nas, some of them good, some of them not so good. Then he did 7 albums of old school artists that he featured on his label, and he at least did 1 song, maybe 2 songs on every album. Then he does the casino deal. Then the highly anticipated album with Premier. And in that space and in that time, I am all Nas'd out, right? I think all of that stuff we saw about Nas, a Virgo who normally doesn't operate like this in the public eye to this magnitude, took some of the luster off the Nas and Premier album, as opposed to, they weren't around, he wasn't around as much, and then the album dropped. Now let me get to the album itself. The album itself was a very, very good album, but there was nothing groundbreaking about anything I heard, and miss me with the writer's joint was a classic, or the pause tapes. That's all low-hanging fruit for people who understand hip-hop, right? Nas rhymes the same way he was rhyming 30 years ago. Very complex, very on point, no weak, but it's always even keel. I'm tired of the street stories. I was overwhelmed, right? And Premier is only battling Premier, and Nas is only battling Nas. And I understand it's a nostalgic piece to take us back to the 90s. Fuck the 90s. The 90s are done with. These motherfuckers is into fusion and the bending realities, and we still talking about the 90s. I appreciate a reminder of the 90s, great. But I keep telling y'all, anything that holds your mind is creating realities stuck this way. I want to look this way. So I was underwhelmed. Not saying, I want to be clear, because Nas has a following very similar to Kendrick Lamar. It's just older people, right? Nas can do no wrong. I get it, right? I was underwhelmed because when you're here as Nas and you're here as Premier, and y'all came together and y'all just put out a boom bap album, and he talked about the ladies in hip hop, low-hanging fruit. He talked about the graffiti artists, low-hanging fruit. He talked about the pause tapes, low-hanging fruit. Well, so him and AZ, okay. I'm looking for paradigm shifting shit now. That's just me. That's why I don't rate these albums anymore. I think I get a break with Nas because he's from my era, or the era after my era. You know what I mean? So I'm all Nas'd out. The fact that he's in your face this much, that also worries me. Okay? It worries me because are they positioning him to take over the spot of Diddy and Jay-Z when they get out of the way? I don't know. He did do a song with Lil Nas X. He did start promoting Hennessy and shit he didn't normally promote. And right after that is now he's everywhere. So, personally, just a little Nas'd out. But in terms of the album, there was no pivot, there was no shift. He can rhyme his ass off, and Premier can make boom bap beats all day. And they came together and they took me back to 1992. And what am I supposed to do with that? What am I supposed to do with that? So, just my humble opinion. Is Malcom back in? Okay, we're gonna go to commercial? Let's go to commercial.
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite angel oracle. So grateful to be coming to you in another season on your journey. Thank you for allowing me to continue to be of service, whether you're getting angel oracle card readings, natal chart readings, mental healing sessions, or chakra balancing sessions. I'm so thankful to be here with you. And for a limited amount of time, all my services are marked down 20%. No coupon code required. Just visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, or call or text me at 786-828-8722. And using the winter solstice energy, we are again holding our Catapult Your Energy event, the 4th annual webinar, to assist you in making sure you have the best quantum leap into the new year. Join me and 4 speakers where they are masters in their topic. We have Reiner Tha God speaking on herbal remedies. We have King Simon, the Numerator, Malcom X Browser assisting you with mindset hacks, and Coriel on different ways on how to love yourself. Be sure to join us on Saturday, December 20th for this monumental event. Scan the QR code below for direct links to all my services. Thank you so much, wealthy family. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
The streets are buzzing about Dwayne Bowser's, aka The Black Dot's, latest release, a memoir titled Gotta Laugh to Keep From Crying, I Didn't Start Living Until I Thought I Was Dying. I couldn't wait to get my copy and check out the boxed limited edition that features a recorded greeting from the author himself.
Peace to my sister Letitia, lovely.
Created in the exceptional quality Urban X is known for, the boxed edition also includes a signed hardcover of what is sure to be, if not already is, a bestseller. Or you can get a signed copy of the hardback alone. Whether just the book or the limited edition box set, don't miss out on one of the most exciting releases this year. Congratulations, Dwayne Bowser. Shout out to Urban X.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get a new computer. Yeah, get this new computer. So I gotta take this call. I'm sorry. Hey, Miss Mabel.
I seen your text about the new computer you wanted, and I'm
give it to you under one condition.
Peace. I am back in the building. I am back. Malcom is out. He said he's down. His router, his black magic, he's having a whole bunch of technical difficulties. Now, some weird stuff going on out in the world, right? AI, a 3-eye atlas is the closest to the Earth that it's ever been. All right? For those who understand this comic that's coming, it's also a new moon tonight. Yes, new moon tonight, winter solstice on Sunday. So we got a lot of energy, and that's the perfect time for Chanel to give her catapult, peace. She know what she doing. Chanel know what she doing. So she got Malcom, her, Coriel. Congrats, Coriel. I never congratulated you on the other bundle of joy. I didn't forget. And then there's another sister on the panel with them, and that's tomorrow from 12 to 4. Yes, there it is. Catapult your energy into 2026, Saturday, December 20th. It's a lot of information on there. I'm blind, so I cannot see that. I'm the type who need my phone now to take a picture of ingredients, to open that shit up now and get it popping. All right? So, shout out to Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess. Catapult your energy into 2026. We are on day 49 of a 60-day journey. The Hero's Journal. Shop Urban X, a 60-day journey to healing, transformation, and self-discovery. All right? We in the mix. I think Malcom just didn't pay his Con-Ed bill. That's just me. I could be wrong. They don't that shit just don't go blank like that, Anywho, you are with me for the rest of this episode. I'm gonna have Mama Yak get me a little bit of yak, and because I'm gonna need to be able to pull through this. All right. Oh, Malcolm's back? Oh, okay. 50 Cent is back at it again. All right? As you know, him, Jim Jones, Mano, and them have been going back and forth on YouTube, this, that, Twitter, getting at each other. And 50 is the ultimate troll. He found out what building Mano, Dave East, and all of them had their podcast in, and decided that he gonna buy the building in which that they host their podcast. Check this out. And the owner of the building also appeared to own half their actual podcast. And so 50 secretly recorded the landlord of the building saying, yeah, they owe us $80,000 to $180,000. All right, Malcolm is calling in. All right. He got his credit card out, and I'm assuming he has paid his bill. Hey! There he is.
What happened, everybody?
Hey, my buddy. Good buddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I told him you didn't pay your bill. It's okay,
Bro.
man. You know, it's hard out here.
No, listen. This is gonna sound real broke, but I think the wind, because it's storming out here in Delaware. I think the wind had knocked something out.
Oh, you still using antennas, like
bro,
outside
I really don't know.
antennas and shit.
Look what camera I gotta use. Look, this is not even like my 4K camera. Like I don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
Don't know what's happening, man.
Well, we're glad you're back.
What I missed?
How about that?
Like, I was in the dark. Like I had no what did I miss?
Yeah. Yeah.
What we talking about now?
Oh, we was talking
guys.
about 50 Cent and his trolling of Jim Jones and Mano and them by calling the landlord where they actually host their podcast and agreed to buy the building in which they host their podcast. Did you hear about this?
I did. And this just goes in line with what I've been saying about 50 for a little while now. It's getting corny. Like the trolling, the just going to war for it's corny, because you said, like, when you talked about him killing like New York hip hop and how he was warring everybody, somebody in the comments said he's still warring with everybody. It's 2025.
Yeah.
It's probably 2026. Like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Like, still, like, Jim Jones, like, Mano, like, who cares?
Yeah.
I don't know.
No. Listen.
Am I off on that? Am I?
It is. But
I know how we feel about 50 now. You get what I'm saying? Like, every 6 months we pick a new person who is the arbiter of all truth and everything real and holy. And 50 is now him right now because of the Diddy doc. Even though a lot of people are coming out after that doc and just kind of picking apart little things that were mentioned in the doc and little instances. So even I'm just gonna park that here.
No, we're gonna get to that.
Well, like, what are we doing?
Well, here's the thing. Stop poking the bear. Right? If someone feeds off that energy, stop feeding them that energy. And from what I'm hearing, the Wayans brothers told Marlon, leave him alone, bro. Leave this dude. This dude got shot 9 times, and he's angry, and he's a cancer, and he's emotional, and he ain't got nothing but time on his hand. So don't poke the bear. This way you don't find yourself in a situation, because always big bank take little bank. Yes? If you don't own the space that you're podcasting, and I can come in and big boy your shit like that, that's embarrassing.
It's a podcast. We could do the podcast from home like we're doing right now. So that's what I don't get. I don't get it. Like, what kind of boss move is that? You're not unemploying them. You're not taking their jobs.
Well,
you just wasted your money on you. What if we don't want to buy this building? I don't know. And I promise you, I'm not a Jim Jones fan. I'm not a Mano fan. I don't listen to their show. I've never listened to their show. It gets corny after a while.
I'm not going to argue that point. I'm just saying, stop poking the bear. Okay? Because he obviously has an agenda. And if somebody has got more money than you do in this social media space, because he's mastered this social media space, right?
Okay.
He know how to troll. Look what he did to Ja Rule a couple years. Ja Rule had a concert, and he gonna buy all the tickets in the front rows, right? Because he can, right? This Diddy documentary, remember, and this goes out to all people who do documentaries. I can shape the narrative. If I'm directing the documentary, I can shape it to the narrative that supports my thinking. Yes?
Yes, absolutely.
I've seen some flat earth documentaries, son. Them shits is pretty good. I was like, oh man, that shit pretty good. Right?
Yeah.
I've seen documentaries on history. I've seen documentaries on hip hop. I've seen documentaries on vaccines. I've seen documentaries, and the person putting the documentary together is obviously shaping it so that after the documentary, you are more in favor of their thought process. Now, that doesn't mean documentaries aren't necessary, but they're not law. If you know how media works. Because, like you said, people started coming out and picking apart, like the part where Biggie is saying, I'll be having nightmares with Nick's killing me.
Yeah.
That was some shit he said years ago, had nothing to do with that particular time.
Cali. Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
Among other things. But when you putting the documentary together and people are in that moment and in their emotions, that's why it's dangerous. You got to be careful of those who always doing documentaries and getting you to follow their narrative.
Yeah.
You know?
Right.
And so I'm just saying, back to the podcast thing, why does Jim Jones and Mano and Dave East, why do they have a podcast?
Okay, better question. That is a better question. I will admit that. I don't know. Those artists specifically, even though Mano and Jim Jones have put out a lot of good music recently, like in recent years. I'm not sure about Dave East. I like Dave East, local guy. But yeah, it seems like they're bored, and I don't know what they're adding to the conversation as far as hip hop is concerned either, because a lot of the clips I see, they seem bitter. A lot of the takes are like really out of touch. Like, was that Joel's who said that kids don't need to read? They just need to learn how to start a business and make money. And I'm just like, what are we doing? What are we doing? What are we talking about?
Remember, being in front of the mic for an extended period of time is a gift and a curse.
Yeah.
These ain't rhymes. We're asking you to articulate thought. We're asking you to hold people's attention. And it's very shallow once you keep regurgitating. Remember that year back in 89, man, when we came? Okay. And it seems like this is where the money is now. So everyone is parking over here and trying to create a space for themselves because it ain't no money out there rapping no more.
That's a fact.
That's my opinion on it.
That is a fact. You're not wrong about that. You are
All right.
Wrong. All right. Do we take a commercial break?
We did.
Okay, cool. Did we talk about the event that I'm doing tomorrow?
We did.
Okay. Get your tickets in the description below. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I'll be talking about some entrepreneurial tips, transitioning into the job market without guilt while still doing your entrepreneurial endeavors as well. So scan the code, hit the link in the description as well. Be there tomorrow.
Yes.
Right? 12 to 4:30, I believe.
Yes.
12:30, yeah. Let's be there.
Be there.
Let's get to some more stuff.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
What else did you touch on while I was experiencing my technical difficulties?
I only touched on Nas.
Okay.
And we're not going to relive it. I
Okay.
gave a good 10 minutes on that shit, or it felt like 10 minutes.
Okay, it was 10 minutes.
But the gist of it was, I'm all Nas'd out. You know, the oversaturation of Nas right now has created an eyebrow lift for me, like, what the hell's going on here? Okay. Right? Him and Premier, they already great. I didn't expect anything else but what I got, which was an album to make me, it made old school niggas who been holding that nut, let that nut go. That's all that shit was. You know, that's it.
Got it. All right. Okay, so let's talk about some more stuff. I saw this recently. Kai Cenat He recently finished his, or a couple months ago, he finished his Mafia-thon 3, where he streams nonstop for like a month straight. And since then, he's been off the internet for like 2 months, right? And then he appeared at the Streamer Awards, and he talked about his struggles with mental health. He also went on Twitter. He put up a video about his struggles with mental health and things like that. And he cut his hair. He seems to have a little calmer demeanor.
Something looked wrong with him, Malcolm.
What do you think looks wrong?
I don't know. Somebody got to him.
If it looks like on the surface, it looks like his frontal cortex is just starting to, take shape. He's young. He did a lot of the loud, rambunctious, annoying content to build his brand, and now he's gotten to a point where I don't think he can go anywhere else in the streaming game as far as subscribers are concerned, as far as like antics are concerned. So he's been hanging around Kevin Hart. He's been probably hanging around in Hollywood a little bit more. They probably told him, you need to change how you act, or forget who I'm talking to here.
Yes.
Something else.
Yes.
Something else could have happened. I think I think he mentioned something when Kai Cenat initially cut his hair. He said something's not right here, right? Mm-hmm. And then you see him now. He's acting calm. He's been off the internet. We don't know what's happening. He's talking about his mental health. So there is something. There could be something here.
It's something to think about, Malcolm, because
yes.
I saw him the other day and he was talking about his mental health. Mm-hmm. I've never heard him talk about that. I don't watch him, and I'm not into the game and stuff, but he was talking about his mental health. I was like, what? Yeah. You know what I mean? And so maybe he's been through something. Maybe he's on the other side. When you start hanging out with weird people, weird things start happening.
Yeah.
All right?
Yeah.
And I want to constantly remind you, and I have to do it because that's what it is. Before Surviving R. Kelly, before Cat Williams, before P. Diddy The Reckoning, Hip Hop Decoded. All right? It's all in there. Trust me.
Yeah.
20 years ago, I told you niggas. 20 years ago. All right? And so he seems to be different to me.
Okay.
So let's keep an eye on his behavior because, listen, remember, he has a lot of power. When you can influence that many people, we have to make sure you down with us.
Yeah.
And you don't say nothing to unleash something or, again, we just got to change our mindsets. This is about your thought process. Yeah. If you don't want to use your thought process, they will. And they need it to keep their reality in place or keep this reality in place.
Remember he flooded 14th Street? He just said, yo,
yes.
I'm giving out PlayStations or something. He said, I'll be down there. And the cops had to come, they had to shut the street down because of how many kids that fast had conversion. And we said then, yo, he has a lot of power. That's nothing to be, play with. That's kind of crazy. Just on a whim, a tweet, and you shut you shut the city down. That's kind of wild.
It's kind of wild.
So, all right.
Yep.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
Oh, did you hear about the MIT professor?
Yes.
Now
the show starts. Here we go.
Yes. So that's coupled with 3-Eye Atlas thing, right? Now, if you've seen the show, The 3-Body Problem on Netflix, really good show. Go check it out. Okay. There was a time at the beginning of the show where a lot of these professors, MIT, all these Oxford professors were all ending up unalived. And it was because the aliens wanted to basically be the only answer as to what was happening in the world of science. It was something, it's a really good show. You should go check it out. That's what I immediately thought of. I was like, "Whoa, this is happening." Actually, like MIT professor. I don't, or could have nothing to do with the aliens. It could have something to do with, vaccines or a new.
Did you know?
I don't know.
Did you know what he was studying?
What was he studying?
Fusion technology.
See.
He cracked the code.
See.
And fusion technology gets rid of fossil fuels and all of that. It's the next wave coming. Do you know the killer at Brown University who killed those individuals? You know what they were studying over there? Fusion technology.
Oh, Jesus.
Donald Trump's tech company just bought the rights to, guess what? Fusion technology. And this MIT professor was also studying quantum computing. And that shit is next level. And that was what's going to power AI in the future. Because that AI, all that artificial shit take up energy.
Yeah.
Right?
That's a lot of it. Yeah.
A lot of energy, this fusion and quantum. And so it's a lot going on this planet with breakthroughs that are coming through because we are at the precipice of what is next.
Yeah.
Right? You can't keep talking about oil and fossil fuel and coal and all of that shit that makes people money but doesn't save the planet, doesn't help move the planet. If your thoughts are now quantum, and your thoughts are quantum now, due to the AI accelerant. See, AI just helps you accelerate in the possibility of where thought goes, along with your melanin in the time that we are in, Malcolm. All of those things are moving some of us to the next level. When you couple that with fusion technology, which is what the ancestors was using years ago, this is how they bend time and space. Right? So you thinking of, our thing is, we always think of time in a linear sense, and the fastest you can go is like the speed of light, 186,000 miles per second, right? With this fusion shit, what they realized is everything is everywhere at the same time. And so you can appear places when you can go faster than the speed of light. All right? And so a lot of weird techie shit is happening in the world, along with 3i Atlas tonight being the closest to the Earth that it's been. And it's still knocking out satellites as we go. And so 2026, guys. Say it again.
I said it's probably what happened to my internet. I mean, I'm blaming 3i Atlas. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What happened.
I say you didn't pay your bill, but that's just me. Sounds fancy. You know the goddamn cosmos and shit. Yeah. And so all of this is happening, and it's funny because Steven Spielberg has a new movie coming out called Disclosure, right? And they showed the first trailer, and it appears that some woman was taken over by some alien technology, and all of this stuff is tying in. And so 2026 is going to be amazing. I know I probably said 2025 was amazing, and it was.
Malcolm can't hear you.
Can't hear me, Malcolm?
Oh, we lost him.
All right. Well, 2026, guys, brothers and sisters, will be an amazing time for us. I already spoke about your taste buds, your hearing, your depth of vision. All of these things are starting to come online as we speak. and it's going to happen at different times for different people. So just relax, stay within your space, and you're going to be fine. Malcolm, can you hear me?
Yeah, I'm good now. I'm good now.
All right.
I'm gonna have to get a new setup soon, man. What's up?
Yeah. So what's next, Malcolm?
All right. What is next? Rob Reiner and his wife. Jeez.
Rob Reiner
What the hell?
and his wife.
Yeah.
Yeah.
By the son. And I didn't realize. So, excuse me for my age, but there was a episode on South Park, I believe, about Rob Reiner, making fun of him and stuff like that. Didn't know who he was. And then after he passed, somebody put together the clip of the South Park episode. And then when he was on Wolf of Wall Street, when he was the father of Mad Max, they called him. And I didn't know that was the same person. And then I looked in the comments and everybody was saying the same thing. Like, yo, I didn't realize that was the same person. But legendary filmmaker, director, all that stuff.
Yeah.
Crazy. I didn't realize. And then as an activist too, he was going up against big tobacco when it wasn't popular, like back in the day. Interesting stuff. And then I saw clips of him talking about, because he actually wrote a movie with the son that is accused of unaliving him, about his drug and mental health issues, right? And the way he talked about it, and again, as a dad myself now, man, I have 2 kids now, wow, right?
Yeah.
But as he's talking about his struggles and loving him through the struggles and trying to do whatever it took to kind of get him on the right path to get him better, it really, really struck me like, wow, like he didn't toss him and go, yo, he has a drug problem, I'm good on him. He was really trying to work with him, work through the issues and stuff like that. And to hear this news, that is like really, really sad. What'd you think?
Yeah, I remember him, Meathead, yeah, from All in the Family. Yeah, Meathead, and so from that far back, he did Saving Private Ryan, he did The Ghost of Mississippi. He did a lot of movies, you know what I'm saying, that are part of his credits and things of that nature. And he was an activist and rubbing Hollywood the wrong way in a couple of instances. But one thing struck me as weird, and that was he was being roasted at an event, Malcolm.
Okay.
And they said some real disturbing things about him either sleeping with his son or doing something real quirky. And I believe it was the son with the mental illness. Now, Hollywood is a weird, weird place. And what people do to their children or with their children is we can't even get into in this space right here, right?
Okay.
And so the mental illness, I don't know what triggered it. It's a very burdenous place for parents because you never want to give up on your child, And Miss Obama said she was supposed to meet with the Reiners the next day. That was weird. You know what I mean? She said that out of her own mouth. I heard it. And people said at the party they were at, the son was asking 3 strange questions to everybody in the party. Now, that could be attributed to mental illness.
Yeah.
But to slit your parents' throats, that's a personal crime of passion to a certain degree,
Yes, it is.
So it was just weird. And I don't know, I got to meditate on what it meant because all of this stuff is in a weird way is starting to be connected, And so not only did they die, a few other people that week, there's a lot of death that week, a lot of death,
Okay, all right. See,
and Trump didn't like him. It's a lot going on. Yeah.
I wish I would have known about all of this stuff before I bigged him up. Just like Jesus.
No, but that's okay because we live in multiple dimensions, right?
Yeah.
So there are people who think P. Diddy's a hero because he donated to their school and this and that, and they're not wrong. Yes?
Right.
It's just that in another world or another aspect of life, he's a monster. You know.
Okay. All right.
Keep them coming, Malcolm. We got a lot to cover.
We do. What about this? Barbershops lose $412 million.
Barbershops all across the United States are losing money. 412 million is what they're estimating because the prices are too damn high.
Yeah.
All right?
Yo.
I'm not going to pay $100 for a goddamn haircut. I'll be in the mirror with my goddamn clippers myself, doing my own goddamn hair with streaks all in it. I don't give a shit. Before I pay $100 for a haircut. Now, during COVID, there were, you got to pay for the convenience.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But who the hell are you servicing in your community when I'm paying $100 for a haircut or $60 for a line?
Bro, I was in the chair the other day and a dude came in with his 3 sons, right?
That's
including
cash.
himself.
It's a wrap.
So that's a $250 trip. I was like, I'm gonna have to practice on.
I bought you clippers.
Yeah, I got
to put you on. Now, remember, you can watch a couple of YouTube videos, especially while they're young. Let me tell you, I told you, I used to lace Eli while he was young. I fuck his hair up a little bit, but he was young and he had cerebral palsy. So they just figured if he come into class like this and his hairline is matching that's the shit.
Yeah.
Then his mother fucked around and sent him to a real barber. And he fired me on the spot.
Yeah.
Little nigga came home and was like, Dad, you can't touch my hair ever again. Right? Laced them and shit, faded his shit. I can't do all that shit. I'm just trying to,
You know what happened? I think local rappers destroyed the barbershop.
They did.
They because local rappers were coming in giving barbers $200. So now barbers thinking, oh, this is my going rate now. I can't go nothing lower than that. Yo, Mayweather came to our neighborhood.
Yes, he did.
And gave this one barber $1,000 for a baldy.
Yep.
Okay? That same barber started charging $1 for a haircut. Mind
$1.
We've been going to this barbershop since I was little, before Eli was born.
Yes.
Right? And haircuts, what, $10, $15, give him a little tip, $20. That's on you, baby. That's for you.
Yeah.
$100?
Ain't gonna do it.
Oh, no. Yeah.
I ain't gonna do it.
And he told me for a line for Eli with his locks.
Yes.
50.
He's like, normally I charge 100, but for you, because he saw my face.
Yeah.
I was about to go off.
Yeah, Mama Dot was about to go the fuck off.
Yeah, come on.
You don't want a black woman going off on you. But again, it lends to, we want to service our community, right? So fair exchange is no robbery. I provide you a service, you pay for it, I'm good. Who in the community besides maybe a drug dealer and an athlete can afford that? And so they are starting to lose money because it's really about clientele.
Yeah, and what happened as well is I know for a fact since COVID, the appointments, like before you could just go to a barbershop. How many you got? Yeah, you'll probably just sit in. The feeling of the barbershop has changed as well. Now you got to schedule appointments.
Yeah.
And some barbers are real anal about that. Like, oh, you ain't scheduled. You don't got nobody right now. Like, nah. You were supposed to hit the app and then schedule your appointment, and then you like, dog, this app don't even work.
Right.
Yeah, bro. So a lot of that has trickled over. As you can see, I have a lot to say about this.
No, but it's a true conversation. Now, I'll pay $35, right? Maybe 40, because my barber, he molested me. And he was grooming me. I told you, he got these two little massager things. It's usually with the hot rag on the face. But he started going down little further on my body. And I was trying to get a read on him. And now I like it. And so I threw him $40 for the extra. Because I got man breasts now. You know, got a little man breasts in there and shit. And I guess it vibrates my man breast a little bit. And I'm good. So I'll pay for that. But other than that, dude, I can't afford it. You know what I mean? And so get you some clippers and start working on Noble's head, and he won't fire you until he become about 10 or 11 and you send him to a real barber. He won't know. He won't know.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh my God.
Yeah.
All right.
Mm-hmm. And then now check this out. Bad news. This dude, he left my barber. He's no longer there.
No.
He went back to Venezuela or somewhere. I don't know. It's not in there. You know?
Somebody probably snitched on him.
Yeah.
For what he was doing to his clients.
Yeah. Shit.
Oh my gosh.
You know?
Bud Crawford, he retired. Because
yes.
Tonight, Jake Paul is supposed to be fighting. I'm not watching that.
Say it again?
Jake Paul is fighting on Netflix tonight, as a matter of fact.
Nah, I'm not watching that. No more Jake Paul fights after the Tyson fight. I'm good, and I'm done with that. Congratulations to Bud Crawford, 42-0.
Yeah.
Left on top, cashed out on that last fight, $50 million. Mm-hmm. You know, good money. You know?
Yeah.
And, I like it.
Yeah. Do you think he retired after, do you think, the whole, the belt thing, they were trying to strip him of that stuff, do you think that had something to do with it?
Not really, because he could have just paid the $300,000 if he wanted to fight again. You know what I mean? So that's just a way for them to keep money in their pocket. So give them their belts. Now, doesn't mean if the right fight come along, he'll get that money again.
Yeah.
He can always step out of retirement and be like, for $100 million, I'm ready to fight. I'm ready to fight.
In their primes, who do you have, him or Floyd?
I got Floyd. It's not even, I'm not going to say it's not close. Floyd just had a very unique way of boxing when it came to defense, when it came to measurement, when it came to his timing. That was just different for me. You know what I mean? And I think usually for Floyd, by the 4th or 5th round, he's got you figured out. Usually earlier than that, it's really nothing you could do. I've seen him take a punch. I've seen him get up off the canvas. And I've seen him whip people's ass. I've seen him throw punches. I've seen him do that, that Flat Stanley shit where you can't really see him and shit. I'm going to say Floyd.
Okay. All right.
For those who got Crawford, I can respect that too.
I think that would have probably been the one, because I think Crawford's style and I feel like his mentality to fighting was I would say the antithesis of Floyd's. Defensive.
I like that.
His was more offensive, but not in a reckless way either that would get him knocked out. It was in a real calculated. And a lot of people who talk about Bud talk about how smart he is in the ring as well. So
that's true. So I'm not discrediting his ability to fight. I just think the longer the fight goes, it's going to benefit Floyd. That's just me. Okay. But that's what opinions are all about. What's next, Malcolm? Let's keep them going.
All right. Trump proposed term limits for the House.
Yes. This is, again, this shakeup that we're speaking about. Them people, he's talking 6 years for the House, 12 years for Senate, because he says 73% of the House and Senate never changes. So that means them individuals get them jobs and they stay in them jobs for their whole lives. Yep. And nothing in terms of policy ever changes. And when you get that comfortable, Malcolm, and you know your job is secure, You don't give a shit about the people. But imagine every 6 or 12 years, there was a vote and somebody young was trying to come in and bring change about. That changes the ball game. This is why Trump has to go.
Because definitely for the when it comes to Congress, these people, they have their lives scheduled out. Like we run, we get in, we finally get in, right? We do nothing the entire time, and then when election season starts, we kind of ramp up, go to the barbershop, we say hello, we go to Big Mama's kitchen, and we've been going there every year to the point she loves us. The community kind of knows. So it's a baked in win, and they stay in them jobs for long, and nothing changes. So even if it wasn't Trump, it could have been Biden who proposed something like that, and I would still be for that. It could have been Kamala Harris who I would still go for that, because I agree.
Something you said
that's important.
just now. This is not about Trump. Whoever brought about that policy, I'm with it, because it does affect us in the long run.
Yes, it does.
These people get in making base salary $150,000, and when they leave, they're worth $40 million. How? How is that even humanly possible?
Right.
Unless they're being lobbied and money under the table, and your reality never changes. And if you are a Democrat, you just vote Democrat. If you are a Republican, you just vote Republican. And these people live hefty lives at your expense, and they know when to turn it off and on. Like you said, come to a black church, sing a few black songs, kiss a black baby, and they in. It's no good. Change has to come, and change has to be disruptive in the sense where nobody is comfortable.
Yeah.
Yes?
I agree, man.
Yes.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
So, in New York hip hop news, rapper K Flock got sentenced to 30 years as a result of a RICO. So, year 2021, 2022, 2023, the Bronx drill scene had really kind of hit a real apex where the rappers themselves were getting a lot of fame and notoriety, but it was causing a lot of bodies in the street to actually drop. So it was crazy. He actually killed somebody, right? And got arrested for that. But it looked as if he was going to get off of that for self-defense, right? Even though in New York City, New York City, you can't have a gun. But the dude he clapped had a loaded gun on him. And in the video, you see K-Flock see dude, you see him keep walking, you see the dude follow him, then K-Flock puts him down. Now, that can be argued. Like, yo, and the dude had a lengthy rap sheet. That can be argued, like, yo, he was dangerous. He knew he was, like, I was with two women, stuff like that. That could be argued. While he was in there, they had put some RICO charges and some other crimes on top of that to kind of really get him. And as a result of that, New York City made an example, because New York City doesn't like when, guns are being fired. They don't like when people are being killed, especially innocent people being killed by these guns. So they made an example out of him. They gave him 30 years. I think he has to do 25 or so, but that's a long time. It's a long time.
Yeah, he's going away to Yale for a long, long time for a young individual.
Yeah.
The mindset of these young people, guys, is different. It really is. They're not afraid of death. They're not afraid of putting you down. They are. I keep telling y'all, man, y'all need to follow my body of work. I only put out the body of work that's going to be needed for you guys. This is the one. I delve deep into the minds of young people today. And it's unpopular, but yet powerful information that I'm delivering here about how they think, about their role here. They are the disruptors, okay? These young people are you have become too comfortable. You on your ass, sitting around watching podcasts and shit, right? Not in the game. They are the disruptors. They're not here. They're not going to be here for a long time, but they're going to be here for a good time. You know what I mean? They're going to get their money. They're going to live life to the fullest, and they are going to then move on and be taken out. Yeah. All in one essence, and he represents just that. Now I'm talking about.
Yeah, he had rap beef, like he had like real beef, like I think with a cousin. Like he had a cousin who was in like was on the op side, and they were rapping at each other, talking about killing each other. Like their crews were like it was a mess. Like that's how you knew. And you know the Bronx is small, so we gonna run into each other. You know what I mean? Like,
yes.
It was crazy, man. Crazy time.
Yes.
So, and the judge also mentioned, like, yo, you guys make fun of people who die. You guys rap about these things, and like, again, it's an example that they wanted to set. Like, this is not.
Well, they're making fun of them because there is no death, there is no spoon, right? And so these niggas just come back. We don't, and I'm not saying they understand that science, but what you understand on a subconscious level supersedes your actions on a conscious level, right? Keep that in mind. And so the programming that you're seeing is not necessarily intentional from a conscious level, but from a subconscious, superconscious, and even infinite conscious mind. This shit is deep.
Gotcha.
You are tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
Real quick, is that book formerly Urban Culture Decoded? Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
Yes, it is, with 18 new chapters, though. Okay? So if you have the old one, delve into it. But this one goes even deeper. 18 new chapters, and I brought it up to date. And so, to me, it is the best work I've ever done. You know what I'm saying? It's the one that the ancestors wrestled with me for years with, because remember, it was originally the parents, teachers, and educators' guide to understanding today's youth, and I was trying to be all politically correct, and my ancestors was like, what the fuck is this bullshit you talking about? That's not why you here, Dot. You're not here to get famous. You're here to speak truth to power at all cost. And it has cost us, and it will continue to cost me, because now I'm trying to trick the matrix and fool the algorithms and come back as Dwayne Bowser. And they like, Dwayne Bowser? Ain't that this nigga? And listen, the mayor of New York City, he just appointed, he appointed my son as a part of the czar for crime. He appointed this beautiful Latino girl, and she was the head of something, and she gave her speech yesterday or the day before, and he was standing next to her, and she was proud. She resigned yesterday because the ADL went back and found some shit on her from 2011 that they deemed anti-Semitic. Jeez. And so she had to resign. And I told Odyssey, with me, they just go to the next podcast. They ain't even don't even dig deep. Just pull up the latest podcast. Jeez. This nigga done said something, right? I know this, right? But I live within a space I'm comfortable with, bro. You know, I'm going to die on my sword for truth in every sense of the word, or what I deem truth, right? Yep. Netflix want to offer me $10 million. I'll think about it. It's a lot of money. A lot of goddamn money. But if they don't, I'm just going to be trying to get these members to come in at $10 a swap.
That's it.
And keep the line moving, bro. We're up to episode 530. And we just keeping the line moving, bro. We thank you. We appreciate your support. Absolutely. Ma, you want to take another commercial break? Get another commercial break in there? All right, keep going, Malcolm.
right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. Real quick, somebody else said KD Walker has a question about a hoodie that he ordered. He said it's on its way back to us. It got close to getting to him. So email sales@urbanx.com.
So it's heading back to us? Was the address wrong or something? Whatever.
Probably. Wait.
We'll take care of it.
NYC. Sorry. Sales@urbanx.nyc for all your questions about orders and stuff like that.
Side note,
urbanx.nyc.
I just got word from Mama Dot. She's doing a flash sale next 24 hours. What are we talking? 70%, 80%, 90% off? You giving that shit away? What are we talking? 25%. That's why I'm not in charge of the sales, because they'll be like, yo, Dad, you got us working for free. That 28 for 28, we was working for free.
Oh my God.
We was literally working for free.
Oh my God.
Fucking hoodie cost us 17. And by the time we put the design labor, shipping that shit out for 28, we was making $4 a hoodie. Times 1,000 hoodies. We made $4,000. We split 800 a piece for the whole month. Okay? What goofy came up with that idea?
Yeah.
Me? Right?
Backbreaking work at that.
And backbreaking work. Work in which we were fighting and arguing. And I was questioning if this nigga's my son.
We had orders?
We had orders.
The papers was different from...
Papers was different from the orders. And
oh, my God.
And shit. It was a mess.
Good times, man. Good times.
Yeah, but Mama Dot has got this thing popping. Mama, let's go to a commercial break real quick. And so I can replenish my yak. And Malcolm, you can go get a Pepsi or whatever it is you nerds drink on a Friday night. Goddamn Pepsi and shit. Go get a...
Hello, wealthy family. This is Chanel, Ascending Infinite Goddess, your favorite angel oracle. So grateful to be coming to you in another season on your journey. Thank you for allowing me to continue to be of service, whether you're getting angel oracle card readings, natal chart readings, mental healing sessions, or chakra balancing sessions. I'm so thankful to be here with you. And for a limited amount of time, all my services are marked down 20%. No coupon code required. Just visit my website, www.ascendinginfinitegoddess.com, or call or text me at 786-828-8722. And using the winter solstice energy, we are again holding our Catapult Your Energy event, the 4th annual webinar, to assist you in making sure you have the best quantum leap into the new year. Join me and 4 speakers where they are masters in their topic. We have Reiner Tha God speaking on herbal remedies. We have King Simon, the Numerator, Malcom X Browser assisting you with mindset hacks, and Coriel on different ways on how to love yourself. Be sure to join us on Saturday, December 20th for this monumental event. Scan the QR code below for direct links to all my services. Thank you so much, wealthy family. And until we connect again, stay alert, stay aware, and live in love. Peace.
Yo, this computer, Malcolm, it is time for a new computer because this thing is acting all goddamn crazy. Hey, hold on, yo. I gotta take this call right here.
Don't tell about the new computer, you want it. And I'ma give it to you. Under one condition.
No, what's that?
You better let me feel them body parts. If you want that new machine, I give it to you no charge. But you gotta do something for
What I gotta do for you, Miss Mabel?
me.
That's what? All right, I'll call you back, Miss Mabel. Yeah. I always do community service for the seniors. And Miss Mabel, I'll be over there, Miss Mabel. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah. All right. Back to the show. What are we what are we talking here next?
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
She sounds like a lovely lady.
Hey, fellas, from 18 to 80, blind, crippled, and crazy. You know what I'm talking about? Shit, fellas. Yeah.
Jesus.
Okay, yeah.
Donna Summers, Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yes, the writers.
Writers.
Donna Summers has been inducted into the Writers Hall of Fame posthumously, of course. My mother's used to love Donna Summers. That's all we played in the house was Donna Summers, and beautiful, beautiful sister. And so I'm glad even in death, she's receiving the glory that she's receiving. Shout outs to Donna Summers.
Yeah.
Slain. Mm-hmm.
You're listening to the sounds of Urban X.
What about Josh Hart?
Josh Hart, after the Knicks, congratulations to the Knicks for winning the midseason trophy. Now,
Yep.
I mean, it's a midseason thing. The Knicks elected not to hang it. Thankful. Because if I would have turned on the tube and y'all rolling up this shit to the banners like it's a real chip, I would have felt some kind of way. Yeah. Right? So they win the title. Great. Mm-hmm. Josh Hart is standing next to Jalen Brunson and takes his thumb and sticks it up his ass. Right on live TV. And the shit caught Jalen, he jumped, obviously. And this is 12-year-old shit. And probably shit they do in the locker, but it's womp babaloo bop. Because, I mean, you can't be doing that. You can't be farfing up a nigga's ass on live TV. He's getting ready to receive the MVP trophy, and all of a sudden, farfing? Come on, you can't do that. Because cameras are everywhere. Maybe he thought nobody was looking, so New York is looking at him like he's a little suspect right now. A little suspect. Can't farm for the nigga. Can't do that. Can't do that.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
Okay. Yo, there's another college football coach who recently just got fired with cause, and that was in the announcement that he got fired with cause.
White guy,
but we know nothing about what the cause is, which I think is kind of crazy.
Of course.
I think it's kind of crazy.
Because the white guy is going to have a little more privilege in how they conduct it. It just is what it is. And you know me, stop telling me what the white people are getting away with that you're not, as if that's the standard. That's my only issue. That's not the standard. You already know when you take a job in corporate America what you are up against as opposed to anybody else. And if you don't, then you're misguided. You're confused. There's a different set of rules. We thrive in spite of racism, in spite of discrimination, in spite of police brutality, in spite of, we still thrive. We're magical people. And that's part of the reason, because we make adjustments and we still get ours. But using them as the measuring stick, if they can get away with it, it's their world. The third dimensional paradigm I'm speaking about. It's their world. All right? So don't use that. It is what it is.
Sticking with college football, I want to give a congrats to Skylar, who is named a consensus All-American.
Consensus!
First team All-American, right?
Yes!
AP, the coaches, and I forget the other one, but first team All-American through and through. So shout out to him. Very proud of him.
Very proud of that young man.
Extremely proud of him.
Sky is the limit for you, young man. And you're going to make an amazing pro. athlete. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you are the embodiment of all your brothers, because when you make it, we all make it. You know what I mean? And your father should be very proud. Derek Bell from Gorilla Prince should be super proud of having his hands on a young man and seeing the results of that. This fatherhood thing ain't easy. You know what I mean? We make it look easy sometime, but it ain't easy. And so I'm looking forward to you becoming a professional. All right? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
All right. College football
You are
playoffs.
tuned into the sounds of Urban X.
College football playoffs started today.
Yeah, Alabama is in Oklahoma City's ass right now.
Yo, Oklahoma was winning like 17-0. Alabama.
It's a wrap.
I had
Alabama
Bama,
switched the plays on them.
yeah, I had Bama losing. I didn't have no real faith in them. That's interesting. But we got the real game tomorrow. All right, University of Miami versus Texas A&M.
Ooh.
Miami is about to put belt to ass. You heard it here first. You heard it here first. Belt to ass to Texas A&M tomorrow.
All right.
All right.
All right. What we got going now?
Let's get some more stuff going. All right. So
Let's talk about the vaccines.
Oh, let's do it.
They have now, the CDC has ended the hepatitis vaccine for children. Disruption coming, guys. Right? Disruption.
That's one of the ones that, like, right after your kid is born, they expect.
Why?
You to,
Your kid don't have goddamn hepatitis.
Yeah.
That's damn intravenous drug users and sex and all. Your kid don't have that. And so why does your kid need 57 to 70 shots by the time they get to high school? I already told you my theory.
Yeah.
They shutting down the rewiring of your DNA, which is coming back online, and they will stop at nothing to do so. But a disruption is taking place. And that disruption is saying, that shit don't make no sense. We are now, revisiting a whole bunch of stuff because they just passed the law. Let me get it right. The Child Innocence Act. All right? And so the House has passed the Child's Innocence Act, which means children at 13 and 14 can no longer get these hormonal shots on their own to alter their gender.
Bro, yo, that was the one time, like, I really felt like I was going crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I really felt like when I would listen to people really try to justify this, and what they were doing was they were justifying it but in a way, if you don't agree with this, your kid is going to unalive themselves.
Right.
So you have to let them do whatever the hell they want, or they're going to unalive themselves. That's how they were scaring parents. Like, and they were really trying to make sense of this. It was crazy. It was crazy.
Yeah. It was very crazy. And for those of us who went along with that, we were crazy.
Facts.
Right?
Facts.
The shit we just complied to,
Yeah.
and we know didn't make sense. And dude, and let's not get into the jibbity jab shit and all of that.
Yeah.
You just knew none of that shit made any sense. But they convinced you to go against your common sense, and that puts you in the area of straight confusion, right? I told you they never go backward. They only move forward. And now they're revisiting, and real doctors who were ostracized during that time are now getting their credibility back because they said, I told you so.
Yo, I asked my friends, like, speaking with the jab stuff, I asked my friends, I said, who's right? What are we talking about? I said, it's 5 years later, right? So there were people who were staunchly for it. If you don't get this, you're going to die, right? If you don't get this, this is going to happen to you. You're going to die. You're going to get your family sick. They're going to die. We're going to wipe out. all right, we're here, right? But at the same time, 5 years ago, there were still people who were against it and said, if you get this, you'll die. I know some people who got it, right?
Yeah.
Who are still here, right? So
Yeah.
and I don't know what the next 5 years are gonna look like, but who was right? Right?
Great
Like,
question.
Think about the amount of family members you probably don't speak to anymore, the amount of friends you probably don't speak to anymore, the amount of just like you probably don't listen to entire podcasts, movies. You probably don't support people because of how they went about it at that time. And then we all ended up at the same place essentially. Like we're all just kind of here, like looking at each other.
And here we are.
And here we
so
are.
when I say to people who tell me Islam is the truth, or Christianity, Jesus is my Lord and Savior, or the 5% nation, or the Israelite, whatever, my answer is always, and here we are. I don't believe in none of that shit, and here we are. So what are we saying about truth and reality, right? Yep. You took the jab, I didn't, and here we are.
Right.
Okay? Now, underlining, there may be some things that took place.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
Yeah.
On the surface, I was looking at family members like, she only got a little bit more time. I mean, I know she took the jab, right? And they looking at me like, yo, that's only gonna be a matter of time before Dot's out of here. You know we got other issues too. Yeah. Should have took that jab. And here we are.
Yeah.
Right? So with all your telling me what's going to happen, if you can answer that question or reply to, and here we are, I'm good.
Yeah.
It's my answer to everything.
Listen, interesting stuff. Interesting stuff.
Yeah, the galactics and the stars alignment. Here we are. Because the solstice is going to come and shift the consciousness of, and here we are.
Yo, what do you think about Instagram Shorts going to TV?
It's the evolution of where this thing is going. Everyone is fighting for your attention and your space. And if you're on Instagram and you on your TV because you home on a bigger screen, why not? Damn. I remember before YouTube was on TV.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now,
but I know these my bad, but I'm saying like these shorts, TikToks, Reels and stuff like that, they're really destroying our attention span. I know it is for me, bro.
Yes.
I know it is.
Yes. And they're catering to you only having, the reason your attention span is this short is because they don't want you focused on anything but the next thing.
Yeah.
The more you can focus, come on, Malcolm, you know that.
Yeah.
The more you can get in your zen and focus, the more you can solve all your problems. The more you can realize this is a simulation. Side note, the Oscars is moving to YouTube TV in 2029.
Really?
Yes. Oof. Okay? So this is where this thing is going. These are battles that are going on in corporate America.
What's happening, YouTube, and this is happening on YouTube for a while though. YouTube is trying to position itself as a legitimate player in just entertainment, media entertainment.
Yes.
I can foresee a world where Netflix tries to copy YouTube's formula, and the fact like creators can start to put up their own content on Netflix soon. I can see that coming down the pipe because they're striking deals, trying to undercut each other. Like, we're trying to get your biggest creators now.
Yes.
If YouTube, if Netflix, and Netflix is a big name now, so if Netflix can position themselves to where every person can have their own show that they create, go up there, or their own podcast, because they're doing podcasts now, can go up there. Who knows what this thing looks like? Wow.
Who knows what this thing is look like?
Okay.
Trump has declassified weed as less dangerous. You know, it's weed. Come on.
Yeah.
The Weeknd, Malcolm, has secured a $1 billion deal for his catalog. Now, what makes his deal different? He didn't sell a catalog. He leased his catalog, which gave him leverage, and it's going to be worth $1 billion. Yeah.
The Weeknd?
The Weeknd. Now,
Yeah.
keep in mind, he's a hell of a songwriter.
Yeah.
No telling who else he's writing for or what the deal entails.
Okay.
All right?
Lord, sheesh.
Yeah. Malcolm, nobody's talking about the floods in Washington State. A couple of levees broke in Washington State, and, you know, the death toll is starting to climb out there. And so we want to keep our eye and send out, prayers to the people in Washington. Anytime I hear levees, it's not a good look.
Yeah.
Yes?
Dang. Yes.
Jay-Z
You just coming out with more stories.
has
You making this
invested.
stuff up?
Huh?
See, I feel like you're making stuff up now.
No, Jay-Z has invested $500 million, or an investment group he's a part of, in Korean culture and K-pop. So what do you think about that?
I didn't realize how big
K-pop is probably the
was.
next big phenomenon.
Yeah, like it was Afro beats, and then I think K-pop is now the next thing. I'm seeing like reality shows like Making the Band, but for K-pop. There's a new K-pop movie on Netflix for kids, K-pop Demon Hunters. That's like #1 in the nation, and Avery watched it. She was like, and the kids were doing their own thing. She wasn't like, she put it on for them and then watched it herself and then said, "This is a good movie. I see why this is #1." Interesting stuff. So I can see that, but was it Jay-Z's call, or was it the investment group's call to invest that much money?
The investment group is called Marcy Project Incorporated or something. So I believe it's something he's involved with.
See, because I thought it was one of those things where, like, I'm in this group, but I don't really have a full say on what to put my money into. Investing that much money into K-pop, bro, that's a bad look. I don't know what y'all think about that. I think it's a bad look.
But remember, Jay-Z is in a desperate state right now. I don't care what you say. That casino deal, him not getting that casino deal was a bad look.
Yeah.
Right? So now he's got to pivot into something else.
Yeah.
Side note, Mal, Trump announces $1,776 warrior dividends for veterans. They're going to all get a check for $1,776. Now, you know why he chose that number.
Yeah, 4th of
Independence
July.
and all of that.
Yeah.
And so whoever brought that about is a good look for veterans.
That's no money, though.
It's more than they had,
Okay.
you know?
Okay.
So let's take some questions.
And shout out to the vets that's in the chat. It's a lot of y'all.
Shout out to the vets who rock with us.
Remember we realized, like, God damn, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
But yes, K-pop is huge. It is. It's
Yeah.
But it also is a little weird because of how a lot of other countries, especially in China, right, how they look at young girls.
Yeah.
Right. So a lot of these K-pop artists, in the guys too, they look like prepubescent. They could be grown men, but they are made to look like prepubescent kids. So
Yeah.
So that could be another slick way of trying to, get that into the mainstream media. How we are trying to look at our own. That might be me throwing my shoulder out a little bit.
But I like it. But from a business standpoint, Jay-Z doesn't have an alliance to hip hop. He's got an alliance to business.
Yeah.
So he's trying to follow the money. Questions?
Where do you see DC films going now that they back on the block to be sold? Like I didn't know they were being sold. Are they being sold from Warner Brother, or are they like in the middle of still like?
I'm not sure. You nerds are supposed to know that.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I just want some good DC films to come out. I saw a little teaser for the Green Lantern show that's coming out. That looks cool. It looks like real rugged, rough, like Green Lantern show. So
What next? Can I hear you? I can't hear you. Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, come on, man.
I thought I couldn't hear you.
All right.
What's your thoughts on the street rapper new what?
In Atlanta.
Oh, F the Streets movement? Not familiar with it.
Yeah, is that supposed to be like a stop the violence thing that's happening
I'm not sure.
in Atlanta?
I'm not sure. A plane crashed with a car?
It crashed on the highway.
Oh, got you.
Did you see all that? Did you see that?
No.
That was crazy. Imagine
I
you
usually
just
see
driving,
everything. I
minding
didn't
your
see it.
business, minding your business, and a plane crashes on your car. Come on, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Jesus. Somebody said, why is Charlamagne already getting 200 mil? Because he probably leveraged his position on the Breakfast Club, which digitally, and what I think they're doing, what iHeart
It's a syndicated show too.
It's a syndicated show, and digitally it does extremely well. Probably not radio ratings, because again, like I said, they were losing the Hot for a while. Like the gap was kind of widening between them and Hot, and that was not a thing. So I don't know why it got fired specifically, but I think the focus is they're trying to get a real foothold digitally rather than on the radio somehow.
Yeah, and with Netflix, they're moving into a whole nother realm. He run the Breakfast Club. He the reason you watch it. And then he had that extra shit to leverage, which was 20 podcasts or something.
Yeah.
And guess what Netflix is trying to get into? Podcasts. So his timing was right. That's why.
Yeah. Somebody said Papoose versus K. 2026. I don't want to hear that.
I don't want to hear it.
Hell no. Joey Badass was trying to bait Kendrick this year when he was going like 1v20 with the West Coast, and he held his own. So, but I don't know. I think I said this during the Hip Hop 50 celebration. Hip hop hit its peak, and it's going nowhere. I don't. There's nobody to battle that I would care about at this point, because I see how fan bases, how like act around these battles. I see how narratives form. Like it's. I don't want to hear it anymore.
It's not organic or authentic anymore.
Or fun.
Yeah.
Because right now, 21 Savage and Future back and forth. I don't know what that's about. But, you know.
Yeah.
But, you know.
All right. Now, let's get out of here.
It is time. It is time to get out of here. Joining us. Sorry about the technical difficulties on my part. Don't forget to download the Urban X app on iOS and Android and Google Play Store. It's completely free.
Yes.
If you had it tonight, you would have gotten an alert that we were going live. I sent out a push notifications. It's
yes.
Really cool stuff. Tomorrow, 11 o'clock for the members, we'll be live in the membership.
Yes.
Continuing the 60-day challenge. We're almost there.
Yes.
Almost at the conclusion of this, which is crazy.
Yes.
What else we got?
25% off. Flash sale.
ShopUrbanX.com. Flash sale. Visit the shop right now. And then tomorrow we'll be doing the Catapult Your Energy into 2026 with Ascending Infinite Goddess. With yours truly, and you just gonna cover my face. You're not gonna show me. Yeah, okay. And hit the you could scan the code and hit the link down below. And yeah, that is it, guys.
That is it, guys. It has
Thank
been
you
a
for joining
blast
us on this Friday. Absolutely.
And once again, happy birthday to my grandson Titan. He's Uno. Yeah. And with that being said, peace.